Just waiting for a few people to get in right now. Just gonna talk some pro audio stuff, as promised from earlier. Once you get in, let me know that you're in the chat room, all right? Once again, yours truly, the real DJ Red. Was talking with some guys earlier. Wayne from out of ATL. And Texas was locked in as well. I want to finish up the conversation with some pro audio, right? In reference to pro audio. Let me see something here. DJ EJ. Denver checking in from Denver. What's good? I'm great, man. I'm great. David M. Is that my brother from another? I'm playing some non-copyrighted music, so that way we won't have no issues of getting shut off or getting blocked or anything, and just until I get a couple more people in. But that's what I'm playing right now. Just copyrighted music. All right. So let me see if I can get Wasi on. I know that he had another engagement to head to, but we're going to try to get Wasi on so we can talk about his amplifier that he's putting out there, which I am really, really considering getting. Like I said, I've tried it before, but where I tried it at, I didn't like the setup that I had. I would have preferably to be in a indoor venue, and also had that amplifier plugged up on the wall versus having it plugged up on the generator where the power was constantly fluctuating. The generator was keeping up with it, but I just didn't like the setup where I was at, so I'm really looking into getting that amplifier, the Wasi WK15. It's a 15,000 watt amplifier, and then you have the WK 15.4 or W15K4, which is a 4-channel amplifier, which is 5. That one is about 20,000 watts, I think it is, total. And each channel is putting out 5,000 watts on a 2 ohm load. So pretty much I can use that 4-channel to run most of my system, or I can really do it up and run to the WK 15 on there, actually. Yeah, it's 15, not 14, 15. They're 7,000. The 15 2 channel is 7,500 watts per channel, 2 ohms. So anyway, you got any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section. Make sure you hit me up on the thumbs up, on the like. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. We're just talking about some audio stuff, and as far as DJ equipment, if you got questions, I might have answers. We did it up earlier. I used to do it a while back. I slowed down from doing it. I need to get back on doing it again, because a lot of people ask me questions, in some of my videos. So, here's your chance to get a one-on-one. Not so much a one-on-one, but just going there with a Q&A on there, right? Matter of fact, let me text. Let me see if he is available and see if we can get him on. And for all of you DJs that's out there, let me know what your weekend looking at. What you have scheduled up for the weekend? Are you booked? Are you not doing much? Are you just spending time with the family? Let me know what you're doing. And as far as everyone been asking, how are we doing down here in Florida? On the East Coast, we're fine. On the West Coast of Florida, every time that I check the news or something, it's looking worse and worse. For example, me and my family were out earlier, and something came across her phone or something. No, actually, where we were at, there was a TV there, and someone must have passed away in the middle of the storm while trying to hold on to a tree. So it was looking real bad. I don't know. I don't want to get on that too much, because that could be very depressing. I just want to talk audio right now. So let me know. You got any comments in there? Let me know. Put them in the comment section real quick, so we can go back and forth on that as well. Oh, I just realized my camera wasn't up. So let me get the camera up real quick. Y'all give me a second. Let me clear some stuff off real quick. All right, there we go. DJ EJ Denver said he remember having problems. He remember me having problems with the PV amplifier. Did you figure out the problem? Yeah, that was part of one of the things that we were speaking about earlier. I don't like that picture. Or maybe it's just, I don't like the picture, but I'll deal with it after. One of the problems was because the amplifiers were being manufactured in China, they were not being put together properly. Simple stuff like soldering, putting enough solder on the circuit board for anything that's with the circuitry on there, whether it be resistors, relays, something simple as tightening down the ground wire to the power supply and amplifier was one of the things that the tech from PV found. After going through 3 PV 7500s, I kept 2. The third one was actually a trade back in, or replacement rather, not a trade, replacement for one of the PVs that I sent back to the place where I bought it from, and they sent me out a new one. Had a problem with that one as well. But when I bought the 2 5000s, one of them went out during an event. I sent that one back as well. The other one went out as well. So all of the PVs had problems before. Since me sending it back to PV, the last 2, I did call the PV tech and talk to him personally. I don't remember his name, but it seems to be a very cool guy. He said if he worked on it, I should not have any more problems with it. He stuck to his word on that one, and everything has been fine since. Again, a lot of the stuff that were going on was, and matter of fact, not only with PV, but I've heard that same problem with some of the QSC .2 series, 12.2s, that because they're being manufactured in China, that they were having a lot of problems with them not taking the time or proper time to do certain things properly. Since all of my amps have been back to PV, I haven't had any problems. I've played the 27500s even this past weekend, this past Sunday at a tailgate with Miami and Buffalo. And when I say I pounded them, they held up through the whole time. But they're doing fine now. Would I buy any more? I doubt it. Especially if I know that they're coming from China. I doubt I would buy any more. That's why I'm looking more towards the WASI amps. I played them. There's plenty of overhead room on there. There's more than enough power than what I would need. And I don't think I would ever max those amps out. Damn, I go back to CS800s too. Bad they went that direction. I never played the PV. Well, I never played PVs until when I bought the 7500s. I know about the CS800s. From what I knew from back in the days, a lot of people said that they was, especially the old ones, not the gray ones, the black ones, where you used to pull out the knobs on them. From what I remember, those were workhorses. I had no one to complain about those ever. Matter of fact, a lot of the old amplifiers, the old PVs, the old QSCs, whether it was the RMX series, the MX series, even go back a little bit further, the EX series on the QSCs, AB amplifiers. I don't know if you guys know too much about the AB International. That's what the company was called. I used to play them too. They were beasts. They were boat anchors, but they were a beast. They were boat anchors, meaning that they were really heavy, but they were a beast. I played the QSC RMXs. I played the Crown Microtechs. I've even played a Crown Power Bass for a while. But those were workhorses back then. You can do whatever you want to do to them, and they would not have any issues. Long as you have power to them, they would never cut off. They would heat up, but they would never cut off. That's just the bottom line with them. It's almost like a Ford Tough truck or a Chevy truck or whatever, or even a Ram. Yeah, you could beat them up, but they never cut off. They would never cut off. DJ EJ Denver said, I love AB, only owned one, but yep, worked. Oh yeah. I had a rack of them. Two 1100s, and I believe a 900, and somebody broke in the house and stole them. Another down moment there. I had to think back. I was like, dang, do I really want to talk about that one? Yeah, I had a rack of them that I had put together. I had that. I had the AB equalizer as well, and I believe I had a Soundcraftman amplifier, the one with the LED lights that went across the entire amplifier. I believe I had that in there as well, and that was a beast. That was a beast. I I had to show. Well, there was another guy who put me onto it a long time ago. A guy named Captain Crunch from down here, older guy at the time, and when I had those ABs, he was the one that showed me about them. After a while, I got them, and he kept saying, "Yeah, he's playing on bridge. He's playing on bridge." When it wasn't playing bridge then. When I showed him how to play the bridge, he actually ended up playing less speakers against other people. So, for example, when he was playing, when I first met him, he was playing some cabinets that look almost like a JBL 4560. If you guys remember those, we called them bass bins back in the days down here, but the proper name for it was a JBL 4560. It's really not a bass cabinet, but that's what we used to use back in the days for those bass cabinets. And after a while, when the Shure Vega L36s came out, he was still playing the ABs. And then when I showed him, hey, bridge it this way, flip the two switches up in the back, and use just the two positives on the banana plugs coming out of that AB, all hell broke loose. That's all I'm gonna say. All hell broke loose. He was beating up people with crowns. So those ABs, I haven't seen them anymore, but those ABs are beasts. Please explain why you choose to still use amps. Just curious. You can ask as many questions as you want, man. That's why I'm on here. And it's to go back and forth with you guys. Why do I still use amplifiers? I have two different setups. I do have a powered system that I have for EVs, which that's what I'm using all this weekend. The reason why I still have my other system is for when I have bigger events. With the EV system, for example, between me and my brother, we have 4 ETX 18s. 1, 2, 3. I got 6 ZLX 12Ps. We have 4 ELX 12Ps. We have 2 EKX 15-inch subs that we use for small events. And I also have the 15-inch EKX tops that I use for medium-sized events rather. So we do have the power system. It's just that when I have a bigger audience to play for, I got to bring that passive system out. I can play that, and I won't have to worry about, dead spots in the room. And I know it can handle a crowd of over 1,000 people easily. So, I do like the powered stuff, but I can't use the powered stuff that I have for every event. There are powered speakers out there that I'm looking at possibly getting in the future or whatever. Maybe some line arrays. Those will be powered. I'm looking at possibly doing the RCF HDL6. Someone mentioned why wouldn't I go with the HDL26? I heard the sounds from them. I like the HDL6, so I've been doing my homework on that. But as far as the why do I still use the amps? That's why. If I have a bigger system, a bigger audience to play for, I'll use that passive system for it versus the powered system. So again, you got any more questions? Thank you, DJ EJ Denver, for those questions. You said last question, but you can ask some more if you like. I don't mind. That's what I'm here for. What kind of system are you using right now, EJ? What kind of system are you using right now? Also, shout out to DJ Davey Martin, checking in from Gainesville. Hope all is well up there. The weather has changed completely. Calm skies, clear, nothing like it was for the last 2 days. So we're okay down here. We're okay. We're okay on this side, I should say. West Coast, totally different. So shoot me some more questions. I see we got 5 people on here? 6. Waiting on some more to get in here. I did send them a text message. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Powered Mackie DRM 315s and 18s. Cool. I did consider the Mackies at one point also, but I was looking at the I forgot what model number it was, but it was actually the line array ones, and I believe those were 12-inch. And I almost got them. I said no. I want to do some more homework on them. And the thing is, every time when I went to check on them to actually hear them, let's say at a Guitar Center or Samash or something, if I call them about it, hey, do you guys have these set up in the showroom? No. They had everything else except for the line array ones. Let me see if I can pull that model up too. Yeah, I think, it was the Becky DRM 12 A's. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, okay. So I'm not the only one that feels that way, that they were overpriced. If I'm not mistaken, their price is almost up there with the QSC KLA, which is also a 12. Oh, yeah, and the QSE even went up on there. I remember when the QSEs, I think, used to be 17, and now they're, 2,000? I see them somewhere else on here for $22.99 on there. But, yeah, I just thought that it was way overpriced on that. When I started looking at some other ones, the ones that I normally see at festivals and stuff like that, which is RCF, trying to remember the name of the other one, RCF, and my mind is pulling a blank right now. I know RCF was one, and I forgot the name of the other company, which are the ones that a lot of people are using. Yeah, but RCF is one of the ones that I was looking at. Again, the RCF HDL6. I was told to go with at least a 10-inch, either a single 10-inch with the dual horns on there, or go with the dual 10s. So that's the direction that I'm looking at right now. I'm, again, doing my homework on that. I always do my homework on it. Look at all of the specs, not only just the wattage on there, but the dBs, as far as how far I can throw on a curvature, all of that. The angle for the range, wide range, as far as the horizontal range, or vertical range rather, versus the horizontal range on there. I look at all of that stuff there. Believe it or not, some of those specs on there, if you're looking at for certain applications that you might be doing, whether it's an install or doing as a touring unit, I'm being real picky on what I'm doing with that right now. Dave, where are you, Dave? This is definitely the last go around with Mackie. Time to upgrade. How long have you had those DRMs? I thought Mackie would have really stepped that game up. I mean, it looks nice, but I just haven't tried it. And I think I did try the Mackies before. I don't remember which model it was that came out before the Mackie Thump, and I had to send it back. I didn't like it. And I've even tried some of the old Behringer powered speakers, which were okay. And then when they came out with the new ones that at the time looked almost like the Mackies. It was like quality went way down. I used it one weekend and I boxed them up and sent them right back. I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. Didn't like it at all. Let me see. 2 years of subs are good, but everything else is peak too easy. Ooh. Okay. Okay, there you go, David. He said the subs peak too. Everything else peaks too easy. Yeah, that would be an issue for me. That would definitely be an issue for me because I play my stuff hard sometimes, but sometimes I do go hard on it to make sure that it's going to last. After a while, then I'll back off of it and see where it goes from there. DJ Davies said I use power speakers, the QSC. Okay, I guess it said the 12 QSC K12 K12.2.2. I think that's what you're trying to say on there. 2.012. Yeah, I've had some people that don't love the QSC 2.012s. For the ones that do go good, they play pretty good. I haven't heard even. I think there was a guy not too next to me that was playing the. It was either the 12 or the 10s. I want to say it was a 12 at the tailgate this past Sunday. And when I did cut off for a while the game was on, he sounded pretty good. So I'm not a name brand chaser. No, QSC is a good company. I've always loved the amplifiers from back in the day. Exaggerated watts rating with Mackies. Okay. So that would go back on my same concern before with them saying that the 12As were what, 2,000 watts, I think it was. Let me go back on here and see. Yep, they got it rated at 2,000 watts. So with the ones that you have, DJ EJ, with the ones that you have, what is the rating that they said that the speaker is versus what you think it is? And have you compared it to another speaker or anything to see if it matched up? The reason why I asked you that, especially with the matching up part, is because there was a time before, and this was going back when I was playing a Behringer powered amps, which they were good back then. I don't really know about the ones now, but I think it was the EP 2500s were compatible to, or comparing it to the QSC RMX 2450. So I played both of them the same, put the same signal through, switched over, put another speaker on that one. They sound the same. Now, when Behringer came out with the EP 4000s, what I had in the rack, and I'm gonna explain it. What I had, what was it? The EP 1500, which is 700 watts a side. The 2500, which was 1250 a side, I believe it was, and then the 4000. And then I had another Crown 3600 that was just off to the side, just in case I need to use a comparison. So when I played the 1500, it played fine. I switched from the 1500 to the 2500, you hear the difference on that. The power went up. Switch from the 2500 to the 4000, absolutely no difference. I took that amp right back, sent it back, didn't want it, and they had the nerve to ask me, "What, did you have the pin switches set the same? No, have them set right?" I'm like, dude, I've been playing Behringers for the longest. They're the same thing as QSEs. All they did was just copy the technology from it, and it's the same thing. Let me see. Let me go back up. David said I used to have alto power speakers and the EV power speakers. Okay, altos are good too. That's what I do have for my passive system. However, I gutted everything out as far as all the drivers. The driver didn't last long. I think it was not the powered system. This is I'm talking about the passive system. And I believe I probably overpowered it. And they also put the wrong speakers in there. That also contributed to the issues with the PV amplifiers. They had 6-ohm speakers in there, not 8-ohm speakers. So that caused the problem also. Subs rate at 2,000 watts and the tops rate at 23. Ooh. No way. DJ Underground. What's going on? And you said you would compare your Mackie to the lowest level of EVs. Hell, that would be the ZLX. Wow. Wait, and they said 2,000 watts and you would compare it to the ZLX? Dang. That is so bad. Like way bad. I got the ZLX. And they say that they're rated at 1,000 watts. I would probably put them maybe about 7. Yeah, I would say that the ZLX is maybe about 7. I've had the ZLX since 2013. Bought them brand new. Bought 2. I think maybe in like 3 months I went and bought 2 more and then just started going with all EVs after that. I haven't had no problems. Out of 6 since 2013, only 1 went out on me. And I still have that one upstairs at my warehouse, keeping that one for spare parts, whether a speaker go out or a horn go out. And I've beat the hell out of those ZLXs, whether using them as front of house mains or using them as stage monitors. So now, since I got the EKX for the power system, I don't pull out the ZLX that much. I will be pulling all of them out this weekend because I have a band to do. So I'm using the 2 ETX subs, 2 EKX for the top mains, and probably 3 ZLXs for the monitors, for the stage monitors. DJ Underground, one of the best amps I had back in the days was a Mackie M2600. I remember that one. The thing was a beast and it would never shut off or overheat. The first time that I heard that amp play, somebody was playing it on a park or something, and it played pretty good. And then I went back and started asking the guy who sold it, one of the local stores down here, as far as the technology on the amp. And that was when they first started coming out with the I think they called it a switch resistor, I think it was. I might be saying it wrong, but I know it's something. Instead of having the regular transformer like the old amps, this one here was storing power in one capacitor, and once it drains from that one, it was pulling it from the next one. So it made the amp lighter, but the technology on there was a lot greater than the analog amplifiers, the old amplifiers that we had back then. And no, they won't heat up. It was a switch limiter. It would not allow you to peak, and yeah, it wouldn't allow you to peak, or it wouldn't shut off. Also, the only thing with those with those amps there is that if anything happened, it would definitely shut off. Let's say if you overloaded the amplifier, and let's say if For example, I'm gonna give you a good example, one that I used before, the QSC PLX. Um, what is it? The 34 PLX 30. Wait, let me look and see. I think it was a PLX 3700 or something like that. It was an older one, and okay, 3402. That's what one of them was. I know it wasn't a 3402. I think it was a 3400. But anyway, for example, I was playing inside for a college party. I had 8 Shure Vega set up in there, 8 Shure Vega L36s, and the amp was rated to do 1700 watts per side on a 2-ohm load. It wasn't a lot of power that I needed for those Vegas because I had lower wattage speakers in there back then. But if I tried to run all 8 off of that one amp, it would cut off. I would have to run 4 on one amp, run 4 on another amp. However, the older QSC, let's say I had the 1700s, or there was another version of the QSC that they had, was a USA series, USA 1300. I could dump 8 on that without a problem, and it'll play the entire night, not cut off. Same thing with the MX 3000s, the EX 4000s, or anything like that. It will play all 8 on there. But it wasn't until after, when I read more on that amplifier, that on the bass end, it could only play 4 speakers. On the top end, meaning you're playing full range on there, that's the only one that could go down to 2 ohms. So it had 2 different specs on there. For the low end, it would just go down to 4 ohms. And every time when I put that 8 on there, it would cut off. When I broke it down and just played the 4 on there, it played fine all night. It played fine all night without a problem. So, the newer the amps, the more sensitive they are. I'm gonna put it like that. Let me see. David, okay, you can have all the power speakers in that you want if you got a point there. Well, not only the power speakers with anything. If you can have powered or passive speakers, and if you don't know what you're doing, you can mess up some stuff. You can really mess up some stuff. And I think I shared this with you a while back, Dave. I think it was right before our elections. I want to say it was last month. Not last month, August. Back in August, we had something going on with the elections, and I was playing music for one of the people that's running for governor for the state of Florida. And I did the first event. All I brought was 2 speakers out there. Wasn't that big. The news media was out there. I had the 2 EKX, and everything went fine on that. The NAACP hit me up. Hey, we're going to do something again on Sunday. Souls to the Pole. Excuse me. I should have brought a bottle of water back in. Souls to the Pole. And we're going to have the stage for the county. Oh, okay. So at the time, my SUV was down, so I couldn't put my trailer. I didn't want to go rent a U-Haul or anything for that. It's all right, fine. I'll get my wife's minivan, lower the seats down, take my 2 ETX subs, 2 EKX tops, and someone was supposed to perform, so I brought 2 ZLX EVs to run monitors for the stage, as well as I'm going to be set up on the stage so I can hear what's going on as well. When I got out there and started setting up off in the distance, I heard some, mic check. I'm like, oh, damn, got some other DJs out there. And they had 4, I'm not going to say that they were Shure Vegas, but Vega-style cabinets. It might not have been the actual Shure Vegas. They had 4 of those and 4 cabinets that looked like they could have been either 3-way or dual 15-inch tops, all passive. And I'm going to just put it like this. My EVs held up. to the point that they came over there and they were looking and scratching their head and like, dang, that's all you got? Yeah. And that goes back to, if you know what you're doing with it, you can make it play. If you don't know what you're doing with it, it'll sound like crap every time. DJ Underground, and I was running 2 PVDS4s. I remember those speakers. And those speakers were the Beast 2. It had 2 Scorpion woofers, and if the comb blew, you just screw it off and just change the basket. Yep, I remember those. I never played the PV speakers. As far as the SP4s, I did have what did I get from this guy? I think it was the S, whatever it was a dual 15-inch top. I don't know how I keep ending up with dual 15-inch top with I think it was the PV215s. I think that was the model number. I think that was the model number. I never did anything to it except for drilling a hole on the input plate and putting Nutric plugs on there, because I was already using Nutric plugs, and they were quarter plugs that were on there, and I hated that. Yeah, those PVs have been around for a long time. My only problem is now with not only PV but a lot of these companies is that they're outsourcing the work to overseas, and now the quality is going down. Price is going up, but the quality is going down. Even the 7500s has, the prices on those have gone up. I think when I bought mine, I think it was like $9.99. Now they're $10.99. So, prices are going up on them, but the quality is gone down on them. Let me see, DJ, EJ, I had PVSB2s and the Black Widows, Beasts. Yeah, I've always heard about those. I've never played them. I do know about, I do know about when you blow one of those speakers, the Black Widows and the Scorpions and stuff like that, you can just unscrew the magnet and swap out the basket on there, is what we call it. Swap out the basket, screw it back, screw the other ones back in, and it's similar to changing a tire. Just make sure you had to clean that magnet out, and in case you did burn up the voice coil, you had to get a air compressor and a business card or something, and make sure that gap on that magnet was cleaned out, clean. Or in my case, what I did back in the days with that was I think I used to put some tape on a paper clip or something, and that way if anything was down there, I'll just stick the tape down there and pull everything out. I used to have Black Widows in my JBC cabinets. I'm JBC or JVC. I'm thinking it's either JVC or JBL. Let me see something. JVC or JBL. Cabinets, and they were B's. Yeah, I'm thinking you saying JVC because the B is next to the V. Dang, David, you going back with JVC? Woo. Keep doing your thing, Red. Thanks for the convo. Peace. All right, DJ EJ Denver checking in. Hey, before you go, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so, because I'm going to be getting back on putting up more content, as well as doing a gig log. I'm trying to get my gig log done for the events that I'm doing this weekend. I got 3 events, 2 days. Actually, 2 of them was on Saturday, and one on Sunday. So hit me up. Make sure you subscribe on that. Give me that thumbs up before you go as well. JBL, okay. Exactly. They have someone else make their product, and it's disappointing when you pay money for quality. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate that, EJ. Yeah, Underground, man. Listen, this is my first, as far as the PV amplifiers, this is my first time ever playing PVs. I was gonna go with QSC, the QSC PLX series. I've already had the RMX series, which again, those were boat anchors, but they play like they weigh. If they weighed a lot, they played hard. With the PLX series, I've played those too. They're good, strong amps. I don't know. I don't know if it was the when I was looking at the power on the PVs versus the QSC PLX and the Crown, and also was looking at the price. So all of that played a factor into it. And I said, okay, you know what? Let me go ahead and try them. I went and bought 2 of them, and it was an up and down on them. Now they're playing excellent. I can honestly say that they're playing excellent. There are some other guys down here that probably have 2 racks of them, and I'm talking about maybe 8 PVs in each rack, and they swear by them. They haven't had no problems with them, but with me, I don't know if I had a Friday amp or what. If you're old school, you know what a Friday amp is. But I don't know if I had a Friday. Maybe I had a pallet of the Friday amps or something. They just was ready to go, and they was ready to go home or whatever. But again, they play fine now, but I shouldn't have had to gone through what I went through with these amps to get them to play that the way that they're playing now. I shouldn't have had to do that. Simple stuff, like I said, with ground wire was loose. Could I have fixed it? Yes. But if I'm buying something brand new, I should not have to open it up to do something to it to make it work. That's just me. I said it earlier. It's just like buying a brand new car off the lot. You shouldn't have to do something to make it work, with a brand new car off the lot. It's under warranty. Give it back to them. Let them deal with it. So we go from there. Who else? Who all I got on here? If you are on here right now, just jump in the comment section, wave, whatever. So let me know where you are watching from. Let me know where you are watching from. All right. So what else have you played with, David? Almost forgot that I had Mixcloud and Twitch up. Let me turn them on. I think it should have been coming all into the same chat room, if I'm not mistaken. Should have been able to see everything on the YouTube chat, but let me just double check. So Underground, what are you playing now? And do you plan on getting anything else in the future? If so, better yet, yeah, that should be the question. If you plan on getting any other equipment in the future, and if you got your eyes on something, what is it? Just test something out. David said the QSC 5050. Oh gosh. Let me tell you about that 5050. I had the 5050, 4050. I didn't go with the 2450. I had the Behringer 2500s at the time, which were equivalent to the QSC 2450. But those 5050s, were and still are beast of amps. Give me a second. All right, so it didn't show up on there. Okay, cool, not a problem. Let's see. Curious, what is the oldest piece of equipment you own? Like a mixer, a mic, or amp? Good question. I still have my first mic. It's beat up, but I still have my first mic. And I kept saying I'm just gonna sand it down and repaint it, but I still have my first mic. And it works. It works. I have it in my case with all of my other mics, but that is the last mic that I will ever pull out. Let me see what else. Something old that I still own. The mic. Mixers and stuff I got. No. Hang on. Yeah, I got rid of all of the mixers. And I think that the mic might be the only thing. Everything else I started getting rid of. And I don't know if the generator would count, but I've had as far as everything that is in my warehouse right now, I would say my microphone and my generator would be the oldest thing that I have had for the longest. That my generator. I'm trying to remember what hurricane that was that I bought that generator in. Might have been Wilma. Oh, of course. Yeah, we still got the 1200s. I wasn't thinking about that. My brother keeps that at the house. 1200s. Yep. But the 1200s. He modified them. I've done some modifications before on someone else's turntables, which were also 1200s. If you're familiar with the 1210s, they had a blue LED light on there instead of that white light. And this other guy, I'm trying to remember his name. I think his name was DJ Thunder from down here. Another cool guy. I did some modifications on his. His RCA cables were not working or making humming noise. Cool. Bring them to me. Open everything up. And not only did I replace the RCA cables, soldered those back in, grounded it on the inside. So therefore, that ground wire that we used to have to put to the mixer back in the days, it was already grounded on the inside, so you didn't have to worry about running a ground wire on that no more. That was one. What my brother did to his was also speed up the motor on there. So once it's at zero, it was still at 0%. But if you're familiar with the 1200s, they would only go 8% on the pitch, 8% positive, 8% negative. With what he did, he was able to get 13 out of it, or 13.5 or 13.3, something like that. And you can see the difference on the Serato screen. So that was one modification that my brother did. With the other turntables that I worked on, I did the RCAs, did the ground. My brother did the ground on his also. And what was it? It was something else. The LED light, the pop-up LED light on there. So honestly, I don't even think he even still have those turntables. Let me see. And also, Newmark Scratch Master mixer with the transform buttons that was on the side of each side of the crossfader. Oh man, you went throwback. Okay, I can go a little bit further back than that. The oldest mixer I ever played on, two of them. See, I still have my original 1200 as I never selling those. Okay. Your Gemini amp. Okay, the oldest mixer I ever played on. Let me go back on that. The oldest mixer I ever played on. One, I believe it was a Marantz. That might have been the first one that I ever touched. I want to say that it was a Marantz. If it wasn't a Marantz, I think it was a Marantz. That was on one of my uncle's systems. And if I don't know if I could. Nah, probably the next time I go live, I'll probably have the pictures to put up. But that system had BGW amplifiers, BGW 750s with JBL speakers, with a reel-to-reel in the bottom of one of the racks. And it wasn't 1200s. That was I think he had 1200s on there. If it wasn't 1200s, it was something else. And the other one that I played off of was the Bozak. I know, David, you remember the Bozak. And the only company that probably even makes anything close to the Bozak now, which I don't even know if they still make them, was Rain. But Bozak had knobs on there. There were no sliders for you to go up and down. There was no crossfader. These were all knobs. Everything on there was a knob. No sliders whatsoever. No sliders. There was a guy that I know, DJ Dan or something. Yeah, I think he went by DJ Dan. This dude used to cut on a Bozak. When I heard him do that, I know that, and if he could do it, anybody could do it. But I never got to do that. I never really got the chance to mess with that. But the oldest ones I played on was a Marantz. The other one was a Bozak, and that's going back to late 80s, early 90s, I think it was. I'll send a picture of the mixer when I get home later tonight. Okay, cool. maybe I'll post them up the next time, because being that it's a Thursday, yeah, you can probably send it to me. We'll put it up for next week for a throwback Thursday pick or something. DJ, that was the first mixer I learned how to DJ on. Okay, which one, the Marantz or the Bozak? Because hey man, those mixers sound. It was a totally different sound from those mixers. Like I said, the only other company that makes a mixer similar to the Bozak is Rain, Rane. Rain. Okay, the Bozak. Rain made a mixer almost the same as the Bozak, which with the way how crossfaders are now, I don't know if I would want to go back to it. I could play off of it, but it wouldn't be something that I would go out there and buy. Man, you're talking about throwback there. Went from the AB amplifiers, the QSCs, the PVCS 800s, and then now we're talking about the Bozak. Whew. It's a Thursday, so yeah, it's a throwback Thursday. We can all of that is great right now. All of that is great. Let me see something else here. So hang on. We got four people in here watching, and only 2 commenting. Come on, y'all. Okay. You know what? If you want to watch, that's fine. That's cool. I forgot I need to turn on this other one too. Matter of fact, let me just turn those off. Yeah, y'all took me back on that one there. Let me turn off Mixcloud. Wait, it's showing somebody watching on Twitch. Hang on a second. Let me scroll. All right. So if anyone was commenting, my apologies. If anyone was commenting on Twitch, just re-comment on there because I won't see it right now until you do that. Hang on, I should have went over on this side. Yeah, y'all really took me back on that one. Y'all really took me back on that one. All right, let me scroll back up. Bozak, what year did you start playing on CD players? I'm gonna tell you exactly in a minute. Hang on, give me a second. I'm gonna tell you exactly in a minute because I remember the first CD that we got. I remember the first CD that we got. Okay, I don't know why all the comments are showing up on Twitch. Okay, cool. Either way, that'll work. What year did I start playing on CD players? I'm gonna tell you right now because I remember the first CD that we got. The very first CD. And I know it was, want to see what year this CD came out. $1986. I had to look back because the first CD that we got and then we started playing off of CD players was Anita Baker, Rapture. The Rapture CD, 1986. That was the first CD that me and my brother had got. The very first CD was Anita Baker, Rapture. I never forget it. You remember Behringer was trying to come out with a knob mixer. I think I remember something about that, but here's the thing with Behringer though. A lot of people want to knock Behringer, but Behringer sounds pretty good. Let me give you some comparisons that I've done. When it comes to the bass on Behringer, as far as the DJ mixers, there was one that I had, and it came when I bought two CDJ 800s, and the guy said, "Well, here, take the mixer with it too." He was getting rid of everything, and I played that, and the sound from it had a real smooth bass coming from that Behringer mixer. When I did get a Pioneer mixer and put it on there, that warm bass feel that I felt, it wasn't a distorted sound or anything, but it was a warm bass feel. It went away. I wasn't getting that from the Pioneer mixer. Same thing with Newmark. Newmark has a really, really good sound card in their mixers, most of their controllers. But Pioneer, even though I'm playing off of Pioneer now and I'm using all the Pioneer stuff, Pioneer don't have that same warm bass sound on there. For example, I think I played off of DDJ SX2 some time ago. It was some years ago actually, and there was another guy that was playing that had a NS6, Newmark NS6, and every time he came on, even with the bass at 0, or his EQ was straight up, everything was straight up at 12 o'clock at 0, his bass was always a harder, warmer sounding bass. Not distortion, but just a great sounding bass on there. Let's see. He said he was using American DJ CD players. That probably would have been the dual CD player that my brother might have had. Man, when we meet up, my brother had a dual CD player. I believe it had blue LCD screens in the behind it. It was a dual 19-inch rack mount CD player, touch sensitive jog wheels and stuff on that. That was the first time playing on any jog wheels and stuff. That was always his CD player. Which one was I playing off of? I think I've tried the Gemini. I think Newmark had a CD player back then too. Yeah, I think it was a Newmark that I had. And in fact, oh, hang on, I take it back now. There is something else in my warehouse that's pretty old. There is a dual CD player upstairs at the warehouse. Dual CD player, which is actually was used for karaoke also. So that might be the oldest thing in my warehouse right now. The microphone is older, but as far as actually in the warehouse, it would be those two and the generator. Shoot, maybe I should put Twitch up on here then. Because I can see Twitch and the comments that y'all putting in is showing up on my Twitch thing. So I'm not really sure why it's not coming back on this end. Let me see. Yeah, I could switch these over. Yeah, you taking on a Thursday, man? We going back like that? Okay. We're going back on that one. Let me see. Maximize this one. Oh, nah, this is not gonna work. I can't zoom in on the screen. I used to own a reel back in the day. Man, yeah. Well, you know what? I never had a reel. I never had a reel. We've had the CD players. I can't go back that far, Dave. You got me by at least 10. You got me by at least 10. But no, the only reel that we ever even had in our possession was probably the one that was on my uncle's system, and that was it. We never had a reel. We've all, after a while when me and my brother got into it, the first mixer we bought was a Radio Shack realistic mixer. So if you want to go back, yeah, I could go back on that one. The first mixer that we bought was a Radio Shack realistic mixer. And this was a little after my aunt had a wedding up in New York, and then again, it was with that JBL speakers that my uncle had there with the BGW amplifiers. Those amplifiers were, I think they were about 4 rack space. They were bigger than the 5050. So I want to say it was about a 4 rack space. The 5050 was a 3. This one was a 4, and it was way heavier than that 5050. And the 5050, I think, was maybe about, I want to say it was almost 70 pounds each, if I remember right. 74 pounds each, I think it was. Somewhere around there. I know that's how heavy the 5050 was. And when we bought that mixer, no, I was playing at my uncle was playing for my aunt's wedding. And the turntables and the DJ console, everything was set up upstairs inside this hall in New York. And there was a soca song that was playing, and like how we would have instant doubles now on Serato, back then if you wanted instant doubles, you had to go buy that second record. So there was a soca song that was playing. I remember it very, very well. There was a soca song that was playing called Tiny Whiny. So the song went Tiny Whiny, Tiny Whiny. So and every time when it said Tiny Whiny on the right side, I switched it Tiny Whiny on the left side. So it's almost as if it's echoing. So it's a Tiny Whiny, Tiny, come straight from country. And I did that after my uncle walked away and he ran upstairs. Who did that? I couldn't lie and say it wasn't me. So he said, do it again. So now I'm scared. I'm like, well, damn, am I in trouble or what? Because I never touched that stuff before. And after I did it, it was like, who taught you how to do that? Should I just watch you do it? And I don't remember how old I was then. I know it was in the 80s. I was probably in middle school or something. I don't know. Elementary to middle school, somewhere around there. And a little while after, he sent us 2 turntables. At the time, they were belt drive turntables. He sent me 2 speakers, which were Radio Shack realistic speakers. I ended up putting those in my car. It was 2 15s. I went and bought the Radio Shack mixer, and I did build my first console. I still got a picture of it. I try to remember to put it up on the slideshow for next week. But I built the console for that. The CD player that we did have was a radio that my brother had got, and that was when we got the radio. That was the CD that we got was that Anita Baker CD. I still got a picture of it. I just got to look for it. And I built the speakers and everything then. Stopped DJing a long time ago. Wait, DJ Underground. Okay. Stopped DJing a long time ago. Sold all of my sound system, but kept my turntables and records. But I may start again because my wife has a bloom business, and that kind of goes hand in hand. Oh, balloon. Okay, I'm guessing that you're thinking that you're saying balloon. Okay. Yeah, that do go hand in hand. If she's doing decoration for someone, and yeah, she can easily advertise your business. Hey, you need a DJ? My husband DJs or whatever. That's some real good networking there. Let me see. DJ David. The first mixer I owned was called a Rossi. I remember I had some amps called Ross, R-O-S-S. I never heard of a Rossi. And I had a whole rack of those amps there. They weren't powerful amps. They were similar to the PVCS 800s, but just a little bit shorter. They were probably about the same height as the QSC 5050. No fans on them. Another set of boat anchors. I had 3 of those, and I had the 400, which I was running on my highs back then. That one was a little bit shorter and longer, kind of like a QSC 1500 or the 2450. It was about that size, a 2-space amp. It was built in 1971. Okay, well, that explains it. I know nothing before then. I was born in 71. Also, shout out, happy birthday to anyone that celebrated their birthday this month, besides me and David. And anyone that's getting ready to celebrate the birthday or anniversary next month as well, which that will be on Saturday is the 1st. It was built in 1971. Hang on, you might have me looking up for that now. Gonna have me researching some stuff now. Yeah, I don't know. Most of the older equipment, aside from the amps, I like the older stuff. And the only reason why I say aside from the amps is because the amps were so heavy. But those older ones, I never had problems with. I had an amp. I had the Ross amp that I was telling you about. They were gray with red logos on there. Never had a problem with them. The QSCs never had a problem with them. There was another amp called SES, another analog amp. Never had a problem with it. I just got rid of them as I started to do upgrades throughout the year or whatever. But I mean, there was a bunch of them that we never had problems with. But it's just now I buy PVs and problems. I sent you a picture to your IG. Let me see. I could probably put up my IG on here. Let me see. I might have to do it from this side. Give me a second. Let me look and see. Hang on, give me a second. Okay, let me put this one back up. Split screens. I ain't getting nothing on there. Not on Wait, Underground says sent the picture to my IG just now. Let me see. Cause I didn't see it. You sure you sent it to the right IG? Cause I don't have nothing. Wait, let me go back. Make sure I'm not No, I didn't see anything on my IG. And Dave said he sent something to my phone. Oh, okay. I see it. So 1971, Alec Rosner designed the first DJ mixer. The DJ that Rosner called Rosie was developed specially for the Haven Club. Alex Rosner's Rosie DJ mixer gave the DJs the ability to mix turntables for the first time. The mix had a microphone input and a headphone output, all controlled by the DJ. Okay, that's some good history to know. Yeah, I didn't get anything to my IG. Nothing. Yeah, you're telling your age. You telling your age. I would have been telling my age if I would have started mentioning something about the how Ford gonna turn the Maverick into a pickup truck. But we ain't gonna get on that yet. I'm still disappointed with actually me and my brother disappointed with the Bronco the way that it looks. I think he was expecting something that looks more like the trucks that we have now. But looks more like the older Bronco from in the 70s. I guess that would be from in the 70s, yeah. All right, hang on. I got to stand up because I got to just stand up. I can't sit down for too long on this stool. So I'm not going to stay on here too long. I was looking to see if the thing was coming through on the on my IG. You sure you sent it to The Real DJ Red with 2 Ds? I didn't get anything on my IG. DJ David Twella, the DJ, is here. What was the first vinyl album you ever bought? That I cannot answer. I can't remember that one. I can't remember that one to save my life. I can't remember that one. The first vinyl that I bought. I want to say that it would have been in the late 80s. Whatever it was, it would have had to been somewhere around 88, 89. Yeah, I would say somewhere around 88, 89. Yours was the Temptations. Yeah, you taking it back right now. Yeah, whatever it was that I bought would have been in 88, 89, somewhere around there. And it might have been some Miami song. I don't think it might have been no 2 Live Crew back then, but it probably would have been a Miami song or something. It's there now. Okay. Okay, now I got it. Hang on. Oh, okay. I remember. Yeah, the Gemini mixer. When you said with the transformer buttons, my mind was, even though you said Gemini, my mind was still on Newmark with the push button transform that they had on the side of the faders, similar to how this Gemini is. Yeah, I remember that. And you still got that? Dang. Scratch Master. Yeah. Man, you still got that now? Wow. I remember that. All right, Davey. So the picture I'm looking at, I can't put it up yet, but I mean, I didn't set up my screen to do that yet. But the picture I'm looking at now, it was a small, looked like a 10-inch mixer, and aside from the crossfader on there, it had some transformer buttons on transformer throttle switch on each side of the crossfader. And also, by the way, shout out to DJ Underground checking in from Indiana. Yeah, I remember that mixer. Jeez. We had those mixers in the nightclub we had owned. Okay. Oh, I wasn't thinking I was gonna stay on this long. I'm gonna get off in a little bit. I think I'm gonna go do some loading up, or I might just wait until tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait until tomorrow. But man, hey y'all, listen. I enjoyed all of this. Hope y'all enjoyed it too. I'm gonna make sure I have all of these pictures put up on the slideshow for next week. and have my other screen able to load it onto the screen so you guys can see it. This was quite interesting, very interesting, especially for a Thursday, and we went back that far on equipment. I'm gonna see if I'll get those pictures, get all those pictures, and put them up on the slide for next week, or maybe even put them in a PowerPoint or something, and go through all of those old equipments there. Even the first system that I played on with the BGW amplifiers and the JBLs and the reel and all of the other stuff, and the Marantz mixer. Yeah, I got that picture. I just got to put them all in there. I might even have that picture on my Facebook page somewhere. I'll have to dig deep for it. So anyway, if y'all got any more questions or comments real quick, I'll give y'all a couple of minutes before I get ready to shut this off. And I will be back on next Thursday, again, 8 o'clock. As long as I'm not doing nothing, I'll probably be on at 8 o'clock next week, Thursday, and we can go back and forth with it as well. Give y'all a couple seconds more. Any more comments or anything, put them in the comment section. We can go back and forth on that real quick, and then I will be back on Thursday. How you doing up there anyway, underground? And by the way, underground been following me. Ooh, I want to say since the pandemic. Or a little bit before then. Yeah, I think it was, right around the pandemic or right before then, somewhere around there. Let me see something real quick. All right, thanks for everyone that's watching as well. All right, so with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna put two fingers in the air, say peace. I'm about here. Make sure you be a blessing to another, and that blessing will come to you. Yours truly, one DJ Red Eye. I'm up out of here. Pro Audio Talk Thursdays. So I'm up out of here, y'all. Y'all be safe. Y'all be safe and always have fun with what you do, and don't make it seem like work. Anything else beyond fun, it's going to be work. Till then, y'all, I'm out. Y'all be safe, all right?